Hello people, it's your ambassador again doing his thing as usual. Some of you will be surprised seeing me talking about engaging topics. I will be talking about beef, rap, showbiz, and all of those things. That's one side of me. But the other side of me is very engaging in some of these topics. I just got to a certain point and I was like, we have to talk about these things, and it will not be a fair deal to only tell people what they want to hear and then entertain them, but don't bring out some of these topics in their faces. So I decided to be talking about some of these videos. I tell you people, please like, share, comment, talk about, give your opinion in the comment section, because that's the intention of all of this video. It's not just to create banter, it's not to have views and the rest, no. It's to get your opinion. So give your opinion in the comment section, share with your friends. We should have these conversations in the comment section, and hopefully these will lead to bigger and stronger things being built. Now I have this video where this beautiful lady is talking about the African food system and the African medicine, or African food was made to be like medicinal.
Our ancestors knew that plant life is whole life. They knew that food is medicine. And so because of that, they knew the secrets of using herbs and plants and fruits and vegetables in order to sustain themselves.
In addition to sustaining themselves, to healing themselves. So any illnesses that would arise, knowing the medicinal properties of the foods that grew indigenous to the regions in which they lived.
Also, they had an advantage over our society is because they didn't have to deal with processed foods, with man-made chemical food, things coming out of factories. And so they had to use their food and ingenuity in order to live.
And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, whoa, this is crazy, because like a month ago, my job, I was on the field, and then we went to some of these communities where we have picnics. For those who know picnics, they are like the indigenous people in Cameroon, where they have strong cultures. They have not that they have strong cultures, they have stopped or they have kept their cultural values. And the one of the guys was showing us various trees and their medicinal uses and things like that. And I was wondering like, wow, is it that we never had this in the rest of most parts of Africa? Or is it that we just lost it? Or was there an intentional agenda to make us lose those things so that we can depend on new things which we cannot necessarily produce, and hence this will be used as a bargaining, should I call it a bargaining chip against us? That's me just thinking a lot down the line, but all of these possibilities are possible. Well, with that being said, first, they were highlighting the fact, and I saw it very well on that day with the picnics, like local diet was adapted to local herd needs. So you see like maybe the Northeast who eat a lot of meat, they eat a lot of onions too. So that's just, I cannot start breaking the biology of onions and how it works with meat and what it helps the body and all of that. But there's a correlation between meat eating and onions eating and staying healthy. They drink a lot of tea too, which is to free the gut from all of those, because meat is not easy to digest. It's not, some other diets are more of like fruit intensive or fruit and vegetable intense. When you eat a lot of meat, you need to drink a lot of maybe tea and hot things to clear up your system regularly. And then also onions helps in those breakdowns here. So that's just an example of how local diets meet local health needs. There are lots of other things, like a place is cold, they have things they eat, they have things they drink. Now with modernization, we stop drinking those things and eating those things, then we wonder why our life expectancy is dropping. Now cost of living is high, because you have to start looking for substitutes from other cultures which were not even built. These medicinal things or these medications were not built for our systems, but we just have to adapt it because we don't have a choice, and we have lost touch with our traditional medicine, and we are not in control of that foreign medicine, and we're just a lost people, as I always say. So loss of knowledge, there are lots of other reviews I'll do in this direction, but I think we lost some of those traditional knowledge things. So I remember when you go to some communities back in the days, now no, not so much, you always had those old men who get up very early in the morning. They always have a young boy, maybe their last born in the house, or some brother's son who they move with. It's an older man, an older elderly guy is teaching this young guy already. That's him, that's the medical school he is going to. It was not documented, he will have no certificate after that. But that's how they were passing that knowledge. Takes the guy to the bush. Said, okay, help me to cut that leaf, that bark of this tree. Bring it, put it in my bag. Bring it, put it in my bag. Yeah, they usually have those kind of old, should I call it raffia bags, where they're putting everything. And then later on, they come the evening, okay, boil this one, put in the bottle, take this one, grind, do this, do that, mix this one with this one. Later on, for the next 6 months, people are coming to his house, and it's like, okay, malaria medicine, take, drink this, take. The thing is that our medicine did not evolve, our science did not evolve, we did not document it, we did not study it to say, okay, before, like, where I usually get scared is when they say, okay, this medicine will cure 15 diseases. I'm like, how specialized is this medicine? It's going to cure 15 diseases, but it means only one of these diseases in me. And what happens to that element that's going to cure 15 diseases, but means just one? Is that very productive? So I have one of those questions. That's why I'm a little bit very, should I call it, careful with traditional medicine, especially when people are not very accurate. But if we carried out studies, we could become more accurate with some of these things. So I also say capitalism has created a problem because you see people not being involved in some of these things, and you are wondering, like, capitalism brought medicines. At times people even say they create diseases so that they can sell medicine for that disease, but now we don't produce the medicine, but we will suffer from the disease even more. The little money we have to use to buy medicines, and then the poverty trap is enforced. I always ask questions in regards to, okay, why is consumption of sugar not controlled, but consumption of certain other things will be controlled? Why is smoking and alcohol legalized, but let's say weed not legalized? Why is there no enforcement of moderation around all the things I have listed, but just some? So that all of these things, which you start seeing the money motive higher than the well-being motive, and we as Africans who have no say are just always the victims. But as I said, I'm not interested in being the victim. Some people are happy to be complaining, and I'm not interested in being the victim. I'm always from that mindset of, how do we solve these things? How do we document these our traditional medicines? How do we valorize these things? How do we help it become more official? There are lots of things we are doing to try to strengthen that value chain, and then make some things more formal, make some more acceptable to the global market, packaging some of those things which were just herbs which were picked up in the bush. But when it's all said and done, it's creating more value for us, and that's the only way we as Africans can build our 3 pillars of sustainable growth: education, health, and food security. If we cannot be in control of these 3 pillars I've mentioned, education, health, food security, then we cannot build, we cannot grow. We are going to have a false kind of growth which crumbles every now and then, and is just floating on water. But the least shake or tensions, it's going to come down crashing. So guys, I'm talking about these things just to get you thinking and to engage in those conversations. Jump on the comment section, just tell me what you think. Agree or don't agree, the intention is just to have your opinion. This is just my opinion as we refer to this podcast. But I want you guys to comment, like, share, tell your friends about it, take the conversation to your classroom, to the bar, to the office, and then react on it. But the intention is to get us thinking. We as Africans need to think. As usual, it's your boy Ambassador. I'm out.
Just my opinion.